6 a.m. on this Friday morning, and right now on WJBF Live Viper 6, mainly dry conditions, a lot of cloud cover out there, and a couple spotty sprinkles over Georgia and South Carolina. You're watching WJBF News Channel 6, where you'll always get your most accurate forecast first. A little bit of a mild, almost warm start this morning. Temperatures upper 60s, mostly cloudy skies.
The government has only been open for a day, and Washington is already talking about the next crisis. I'm Timon Bradley with the story coming up.
Good morning, I'm Barclay Bishop, live from the Augusta Exchange Club Fairgrounds, where it is opening night for the Georgia-Carolina State Fair. Coming up, we have all you need to know to have the most fun possible.
Plus, a prepaid credit card scam has hit Richmond County. What you need to know to avoid the chaos coming up. Good Morning Augusta starts right now.
Live from Television Park in high definition, coverage you can count on. This is WJBF News Channel 6. Good morning, Augusta.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mary Morrison. Welcome to the second hour of GMA.
Yeah, the weekend almost here.
Almost.
I'm Chris Kane. Thank you so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins this morning with the Crime Tracker. The bond hearing is set today for a local man charged in a sex trafficking case. Ethel Tyler III is facing 2 counts. Richmond County investigators say they responded to the Motel 6 on Boy Scout Road after getting complaints about drug activity, loitering, and prostitution. Now, according to authorities, they found 2 victims of human trafficking, and Tyler was arrested. A Martinez man is also scheduled to appear in court today. Evans Walton is charged with murder after another man died following a fight at an apartment complex. Authorities say Walton told deputies he hit Donald Blakely after Blakely spit in his face and called him a drunk. Walton and another witness say Blakely fell backwards and hit his head. He was pronounced dead at the hospital.
This morning, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is warning people about a scam after an Augusta woman fell victim to it earlier this week. News Channel 6's Mike Miller has more on the story.
Investigators say criminals are finding new ways to trick people out of their money. In years past, scam artists used checks, money orders, and Western Union to steal your money. But now that consumers have caught on to their tricks, crooks are using prepaid debit cards to get you to hand over your money. It starts with a simple phone call, but in the end, it could cost you several $100s.
If someone on the other end of that phone can convince you that they're a representative of some sort and they're actually going to help you out in the sum of some $1,500, $3,000, $4,000, you'd come up with $200 or $300 pretty fast.
Sergeant Shane McDaniel is talking about a scam that is quickly becoming a widespread problem. He says scam artists are calling people who have recently applied for loans on the internet.
They're going to get a call from someone telling them they've been approved for a loan up to a substantial amount of money.
But in order to receive that money, the person has to pay a fee. So scammers tell the person to put money on a green dot money pack card and to give them the numbers on the back. The scammers make off with the money, but the victim never gets their loan.
Then they lure the victim in again, and it's, well, you know, if you make it faster, do another $200 fee for processing, and we might be able to get you to loan money within the next 30 minutes to an hour.
But again, the victim never gets the money. Investigators say the scammers are using other methods over the phone as well, including pretending to be with the power company, telling people that they won the lottery, and in some cases, threatening to blow up a house or business unless the person gives them the numbers on the back of a card. But there are some ways to make sure a scam like this doesn't happen to you.
Don't just up and give out any of your personal information, be it your date of birth, social security number, your accounting information, your credit card information.
Investigators also say you should never have to pay money to get money, and the best advice of all is if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
There's certainly no law against just plain hanging up and saying no.
Now, if you receive one of these phone calls and you aren't sure if it's a scam, make sure you write down the phone number. Most of the time, you can search online to see if the number comes from a scam. For Good Morning Augusta, I'm Mike Miller, WJBF News Channel 6.
All right, Mike, thanks. The 10-year anniversary of the murder of Natalie Clark is coming up, and the family is still looking for answers this morning. The 18-year-old was found face down in her family's backyard in Hephzibah in 2003. The murder was initially ruled a suicide. Natalie's family say they've spent years begging investigators to solve the case. Year after year, they face the anniversary with more questions than answers. Natalie's mother is not giving up, saying she believes something is being covered up.
Eventually, somebody will have the guts to say, I'm going to do what's right instead of what somebody else told me.
Now, Natalie's family says they're begging for your help this morning. If you have any information that can help investigators, please contact the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. 6 after the hour, time again for your weather on the 6s. Ed, we'd like some good news for the weekend.
Well, you know, a lot of folks are hoping to probably get in a bit of a sunny weekend, but at this point, it just doesn't look like it's going to happen as cloud cover is now rolled in, and it's pretty thick right above our heads. And what it's doing, just take a look at what's happening with your temperatures this morning. It is warm out there. We typically see your morning temperatures in the low 50s this time of year, but we are in the upper 60s right now, way above that, about 15 degrees above normal. Right now it's 68 for Aiken, Barnwell, Augusta Regional Airport, 69 in Evans. Got some cooler air though for Crawfordville, Sparta, Washington, lower 60s for you waking up this morning. Now let's take a look at what's happening. We do have a couple scattered sprinkles that have been working through the area. You'll see some of those occasional spots of green out there on that satellite and radar, but most of us just dry, just a couple drops coming down here and there, so the commuter forecast should not be affected too much from that. So the morning drive, temperatures in the mid 60s. By the time we hit the afternoon, mid 70s coming your way. Overall pretty seasonable afternoon, and later on this evening could see a couple more showers come your way. Of course, got a big weekend, guys. Lots happening. The fair, we got the Miracle Mile Walk happening tomorrow. Of course, a lot of high school, college football going on next couple of days. We'll take a look at the forecast for all of that coming up.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Ed.
All right, time now to take a look ahead at some big events in the CSRA today. And, you know, 91 years later, it is still going strong. Tonight is the opening night for the Georgia-Carolina State Fair. Barkley Bishop always loves the fair, and she joins us live from the Augusta Exchange Club Fairgrounds. And Bark, we see that beautiful Ferris wheel behind you. Any chance we're going to see you on that thing later this morning?
Quite possibly. I tried to jump the fence and get on it earlier this morning, but that didn't go over very well. You know, every single year, this fair just seems to get bigger and better. 91 years, it continues to improve. They've been preparing for this night tonight, opening night, and for the next 10 days that it'll be open. And it's really become a tradition for many people that live across the CSRA. And while many of the classic rides are still going to be here, they are adding additional rides for the kid-friendly zone. So if you have children, it's an even better reason to bring them out tonight.
We have people who come for the food, we have people who come for the rides, we have people who come for the livestock and the exhibits, the photography, the art. It's a combination. We get people who come because it's a tradition. It's amazing how many people will say when I run into them and talk to them at the fair, I came down here with my daddy, or I came down here with my granddaddy.
So the fair starts tonight. Gates open at 5 o'clock. It's going to run through Sunday, October 27th. It is 10 days, and over the course of those 10 days, they expect to have more than 70,000 people. For everything that you need to know about the fair, tickets, when gates open, just head over to our website, WJBF.com. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to tell you why just walking through the gates to the fairgrounds can do more for this community than you might think. Reporting live from the fairgrounds, Barkley Bishop, WJBF News Channel 6.
All right, Barkley, thanks so much. And if you're looking for even more family fun this evening, you can head down to the Augusta Common for a free movie. Tonight, the McDonald's Movie Under the Stars event will feature Iron Man 3. That movie starts at 7:15 this evening. The event is free, so you may want to come early and grab your spot.
And Mary, if golf is your thing, tomorrow the Augusta chapter of Jack and Jill for America is holding its second annual golf tournament. The tournament takes place at Applewood Golf Club in Keysville. Golfers can show up to play starting at 7 a.m. All proceeds benefit local organizations, including the March of Dimes, the Boys and Girls Club, the Augusta Mini Theater, and Head Start programs.
And lace up those walking shoes, everybody. Tomorrow, the big event in the Garden City known to help fight breast cancer. Every year, thousands walk 3 miles through downtown Augusta for the Miracle Mile Walk. Last year, more than $375,000 was raised to fight this deadly disease. Now, all proceeds from the event benefit University Healthcare System's Breast Health Center, the only nationally accredited breast health center in the region, and its mobile mammography unit. This year's walk will be held tomorrow, beginning and ending at the Augusta Common. Registration is from 8 to 9. The walk begins promptly at 9:30 a.m.
Without question, one of the best events in Augusta. All right, still ahead on a GMA. The government shutdown is over, but how does your local congressman, John Barrow, feel about the whole deal? We'll fill you in next.